Hey everybody, Andrew here. A lot of people are asking the difference between triathlon bikes and road bikes, and I'm here to show you. So the first thing is the geometry. On a road bike, the seat tube is angled a lot more. So this allows the body to be in a fairly natural position. Whereas on the triathlon bike, it's more, the triathlon bike's the green one, it's more vertical, placing the body of the rider further forward, more above the bottom bracket than on the road bike. This is because on the triathlon bike, he puts his arms down here and gets in a very aerodynamic position. Whereas in a road bike, you've got one of three positions, either up here on the bars, on the hoods, or down in the drops. And these are a lot better for maneuverability. You're basically using your arms to steer, as opposed to on a triathlon bike where you can't do that as easily. Another big difference you're going to find is on triathlon bikes nowadays, the integrated setups might have water here. This holds water. Might have a bento box to hold some stuff. I've got some gels in here, so I can fit 4 or 5 gels in there, and that's ideal when you're out on a full Ironman or even a half Ironman and you need that fuel. On a time trial bike, which is essentially the same as a triathlon bike, they may not have that. Another obvious difference is the disc wheel. On the triathlon bike, I have a disc wheel. You normally would not see that on a road bike. That just makes you faster on the flats, on the straights, in the aerodynamic positions. It's heavy, so it's not good for climbing. On a road bike, you may only see 62.5 or 65 millimeter wheels, which is what this is, 62.5. The sort of the deeper, the more aero. On a road bike, this is about the most that you're going to see. On a triathlon bike, you may see 80 millimeter, and then in the rear, you may see full discs. Triathlon bikes are all about being aerodynamic, whereas road bikes try to be light. Overall, I'd say I'm faster on the triathlon bike when I'm in an aerodynamic position than I am on the road bike, even in the most aerodynamic position. It's definitely a faster bike for me. Probably if I lived in a hilly place, the road bike may outperform it, but I don't know. A lot of people may not like triathlon bikes to join them in big groups. A lot of races don't allow TT or triathlon bikes because of their obvious handling deficiencies. They could easily crash if the rider is not very well equipped to handle it. So the question is, what should you buy? If you're just starting out and you're going to be doing Olympic distance and sprint distance triathlons, you should probably just go with a road bike. Then what you can do is you can put aero bars on it, and you can get some of that triathlon benefit of leaning forward without actually having to spend money on an expensive triathlon bike and not have a road bike for group rides. A road bike is much more versatile, much more flexible, and by adding or removing the aero bars, you can kind of convert it. Now, one of the things I'll point out, though, I've got my road bike right here, is that if you're in an aero position like this, your arms are going to be stretched back. You're not going to be 90 degree. A 90 degree position is really what you want to strive for on a triathlon bike. You're going to have to pull the seat up a little bit this way in order to shorten that reach. But by having your arms open like this, you're going to have to use a lot of your core, and it's probably unnecessary wastage of energy by doing that, as opposed to on a triathlon bike where your arms are really at a 90 degree angle and you can put a lot more weight on your bars in front. But that's just a minor detail. Another thing I should point out is before you buy a bike, it's great to go get fitted. Fit your body before you fit your bike, I say. So go down to a fitter, have them put you on a jig, see what bike works for you, see what kind of geometry works for you, and then ask your fitter what bike's best. So that's what I did before I bought my tri bike. I said, hey, fit my body, tell me what bike I want. Here are the few that I'm interested in, which one's the best fit, and then they came back with an answer. And therefore, I ended up with a bike that truly fits me. And of course, if you have the space and the money, go for both bikes. Who doesn't want 2 bikes?